Hey y'all, give me just a second. All right, y'all. How y'all doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yes, child. Look, see, you got the volume up on the phone, child. Echoing in here. How y'all doing? Look, I miss y'all so much, but your girl is in class. I have been studying. I have a lot that I am trying to do right now, so that requires a lot of information that I need to obtain. And I'm packing up and I'm moving, so hence that's why my fingers look like this. I just broke a nail, got 2 fingers bandaged up. It's real in the field over here. You heard me. So don't mind my hands. Listen to the message. Pay attention to the cards. Don't mind my hands, okay? I ain't want to put no gloves on because I feel like that was, that's an interference between me and connecting with my cards. I need to touch them. I need to connect to them. So I can't have nothing in between me and my cards. So y'all just gonna have to deal with these ugly ass hands until further notice. Welcome to all my new and returning subscribers. If you do like the content that I share with you all today, please make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're notified each and every time I do upload. And without further ado, we're going to jump into this energy. I did go ahead and pre-shuffle. And I got a little message for you all today. I don't mean to put y'all on hold so early in this video, but y'all give me 2.5 seconds. I'm gonna grab my food that just hit the door. I just seen the notification and I'll be right back. Okay, give me 1 second. All right, y'all. I am back. Oh, I'm back. I am back. Ah, hot dang on diggity. Let me have a lot over here, child. And I don't. We gonna get started today. We gonna get started today. It's been so long since I've been at the table. I got everything rearranged all over the house, throughout the house, where I have been at. All right, now here we go. Nah, I can sit there at this table and get it together. Yes. Y'all don't mind my little afro, honey. I'm finna get her together. Oh, a little later on. Levels to this. So once I get done with y'all, I'm gonna get on my hair. Today is my off day. I ain't doing no studying unless I have completed the task of all the other things I needed to do. But today is a non-study day. So I'm spending time with you all. And we're going to get caught up in what the hell been going on since I've been off this table. But the first thing we got going on today is you can do it. And what I'm getting from that is the fact that it's people hating on your ass, trying to rush your ass, trying to make you move faster than what you need to be moving, trying to make you do things that you aren't ready to do, take steps that you ain't ready to take. They want you to move beyond your means. You feel what I'm saying? They want you to live like you're trying to keep up with the Joneses and shit. They want you to do this overnight success. You know what I'm saying? Shit, as if that's going to bring longevity, and it ain't. You feel what I'm saying? Most people who go viral don't have longevity because, again, it makes you put yourself in a situation where you technically kind of jumping the gun. Because, yeah, you going viral at this moment. But then when you order all this content, all this stuff from going viral per se. However, hold on, y'all. I look. However y'all go viral, you feel what I'm saying? Now you got this extra product sitting here. And that's how it is in your life. Like, you people want you to speed past shit, overdo shit, overextend, overreach, overdo it. You feel what I'm saying? To where it underdo you. You feel what I'm saying? So the pace in which they want you to succeed because they hating on your ass. They're like, oh well, they doing it. Let me brush them on through it so they can fumble this shit. Let me encourage them to move faster than what they need to move. Make moves before they have matured to that level. You feel what I'm saying? To put them in a situation to where they would skip steps or put too much energy, too much overreach on certain things, to put them in situations to where they will crumble from the inside out because they tried to quote unquote overachieve. You feel what I'm saying? Don't let nobody freaking rush you on what it is that you not like. That's why you got to be quiet. That's why you have to be quiet and let your advertisement find them. You don't have to advertise to them. Let it find them. The people who are meant for you will find you. The people who are meant to support you will find you. But this word of mouth shit, it ain't no word of mouth right now. The only word of mouth you need to have going on is the word between you and the Lord. Y'all keeping it together, keeping each other abreast about what's going on, you know what I'm saying, and so forth and so forth. But as far as these quote unquote supporters, your support gonna find you, and it's gonna be strangers 9 times out of 10. It ain't gonna be nobody who know you or fuck with you like that, because everybody got a little bit of enviness and jealousy because you're doing something that they're not. You're making money that they're not, and you're being put in a particular situation, environment that they're not in or not able to be placed in because they haven't put in the work. So you see where the envy and stuff comes in, why you have to separate yourself from them people until you get to a level to where they're not special. They just fit in with everyone else. Yeah. That's what they don't like. They don't like that they're going to eventually be integrated with the general public. There will be no more personable or personal relationships that are going to be obtained just because they knew who you were once upon a fucking time, or because you are a relative of them through marriage, blood, whatever the fuck y'all related. You feel what I'm saying? Ain't none of that. None of that matters anymore. What matters is, are you going to partake in the service that I'm providing? How can I assist you today? Put your customer service voice on with these people and ask them that. How can I assist you today? You feel what I'm saying? We're not boosting and we ain't hustling. We ain't on no corner. You feel what I'm saying? We're legit and solidified in whatever position God puts us in. So it's strictly business, nothing personal. Customer service. How can I serve you? Based upon, you know what I'm saying, the ramification in which I am dealing in. How can I provide a service unto you? I can't. Okay, then thank you. Next. Because we don't want to intertwine with things that are going to possibly cause slippery slopes. You know what I'm saying? Quicksand, tar pits, whatever the fuck, inconvenience. We don't want to intertwine with them type of people because, again, it's going to cause you to have to stutter step, double step, triple step, when you can just single step. You can stride on their ass because you're going to move right past them like a gazelle. You know what I'm saying? And then motherfucking in the desert and shit in Africa, you just going to show. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing for you. If you want that nickel and dime, hustling and boosting the motherfucker out they motherfucking money and shit, or up out of something, and you really ain't giving them nothing, but you finessing them out of every fucking thing, we don't want you around. And those are the type of people that are trying to project this energy out to the public. That's who you are. To keep people from believing in you, to keep people from fucking wanting to deal with you, to keep people from wanting to do business with you. Because, again, you put yourself in a situation where they don't know who you are anymore. And you told them straight like that, hey, you don't know me. You used to know me, but you don't know me now. So, again, that puts you in situations, and that puts you in a predicament to where you will always have the upper hand when it comes to these people. Because it's like, you want to run your mouth? Okay, let me go tell the principal, aka the judge, that you running your mouth and you spreading false information because you are emotionally unstable and you are trying to condemn me, diminish my image, tarnish my image. You're spreading lies about me. Let me put this on paperwork. Let me write something up about this and let me report it to the correct authorities so that it can make you shut your mouth. Yeah, that's how we handling people now. Because, again, you're committing a crime. And the only reason why, you know what I'm saying, these people aren't being pursued criminally is because everyone is looking at them based upon the relation, the situation, or whatever the fuck it is between you and this person. And you're considering, oh, well, because of this particular relation that we have, or whatever ship that we own, you feel what I'm saying? I don't want to prosecute this person. I'm just going to handle it personally, and hopefully it will dissolve itself. No, if you want to fucking quit faking it till you making it, building false relationships with people, and you're one way in front of them, but then behind them, you are another way. You can't keep it real with people. We're going to stop that in 2026. We're going to stop putting up these fucking smoke screens and fake ass facades to appease other people and make them feel comfortable with committing crimes against us, transgression against us, trying to tarnish our image and our name that we're working so hard to build. We're going to stop that. And we're going to make them shut up legally, because we are a legal entity. Some of us are, because we are business owners. So because of that, we have certain ramifications to where we can put ourselves, certain ramifications that we have put ourselves in, that we can, go and ask for certain protections against certain things that customers may bring into our business to try to tarnish or aka take us down. We're not going to allow that anymore. No, ma'am, 0%. Y'all seen that guy on TikTok? No, we're not gonna do that. 0%. Yeah, I'm on it. 0%. We're not doing that. Why am I gonna allow you and keep giving you ammo to try to take me out while I'm sitting over here like Neo in the Matrix, dodging every damn bullet that I done gave you to shoot your shot at me? We're gonna stop doing that. We're gonna stop doing it. Because it is, we're creating, or we're allowing our own detriment to be built up and executed against us, because we allowing this shit to go on because we're trying to be the bigger person. Yes, we are going to be the bigger person, but not in the way in which they're expecting, which is for us to keep turning each and every cheek, lie down and roll over and take it like a damn dog. No, we're going to accept what you're doing, but you're going to accept the consequences as well. Because at 0%, are we accepting this shit any further? We have shit to do, places to be, people to see. And it will not be hindered by the lower class. We will not be hindered by demonic entities anymore. Because we will not allow anyone to come in and cause detriment to us in no type of shape, form, or fashion anymore. We're going to take the correct steps and place ourselves in the correct ramifications to execute what we really want, which is peace and serenity, and to be left alone and not bullied because people are emotionally and mentally unstable. They can't handle your success. So the only thing they know how to do is break you down. We're not going to lay down and accept that shit anymore. We just ain't going to do that. We're not going to do that. That's unacceptable. We're in the way of, I'm sorry. We're on the track of, hold on 1 second, y'all. I just got something. Hold on. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. My children came in and brought me some things. But and again, like I said, we're in the energy of ebb and flow. We're going with the flow. Good in, good out. Garbage in, garbage out. We're making room to receive the things that we have manifested into our life. Now is the time that we're in the time of receiving what we have put out, which is our manifestations, our good karma, and everything good we put out. Now we're receiving that back. So we got to make room to receive that. So we got to clear out the garbage and these in all the bullshit that come behind that garbage, and so that we can put ourselves in a position to accomplish. You feel what I'm saying? Now, with that, putting ourselves in that position, we have to activate this Merkaba. You know what I'm saying? That's been around us, this shield of protection. Now we have to activate it. Now we have put it in place. We've done everything we need to do to realign everything, get everything lined up appropriately so that we can initiate this shield of protection. Now, when this activation happens, it's going to be a beacon. Let me give you an example of the beacon and its intensity. If you ever seen the movie Wreck-It Ralph, when he took her back to her game, they figured out why she was glitching and figured out, why she was overtaken and overthrown from her position. Wreck-It Ralph is in this final race to, help her redeem herself and help her take back her throne. So with that, when the virus was taking over the game at the end of the game, and Wreck-It Ralph was quote unquote sacrificing himself in that mountain of Mentos, he used all his strength to cave in the top of the mountain of Mentos down into the hot boiling soda, whatever dark soda it was, Pepsi, whatever the fuck, and the shit blew up, and it created a particular beacon to attract the virus bugs that had infiltrated the damn game. Once the little virus babies that spread throughout the game that was causing the infection were attracted to the beacon from that particular mountain, they all were disintegrated, right? Including the person, which was the main virus who entered into the game and dethroned her in the first place, right? Right. So when the main virus that started it all was eliminated, what happened? The whole game kind of got a reboot. Everybody remembered who Penelope was from the beginning, which was the queen of the damn game. It was her game. You know what I'm saying? When everybody remembered their position in which they played in this motherfucking game, everybody did what? Wanted to reconcile, wanted to apologize, and I didn't know that they were being a karmic, you know what I'm saying, because of the spell work that they were under. You feel what I'm saying? AKA the reprogramming and the virus overtaking the game, erasing the memory of the other players within the game and shit. When you rectified everything, you won the race, you eliminated the virus that was trying to overtake your game or overtake your life. You feel what I'm saying? Now everybody who played a part This is again referencing that indirect involvement in bullshit. When they want to reconcile based off of that, you have the upper hand to choose of whether or not how you deal with these people, on what level you choose to deal with these people, if you choose to reconcile and deal with these people at all, because it's not a requirement. You don't have to do it. Only thing you have to do is forgive so that you can move on, so it won't hold you back and cause more drama and detriment than what it's really worth. You feel what I'm saying? So being that these people are now aware of the part that they were playing in your life, whether it was voluntary or involuntary, now you feel what I'm saying? You are clearing energetic blocks. Now that they know where it is, and what it ain't, and the part that they played and been brought up to speed and to the correct reality, you're able to block all that negativity out and move the fuck forward. You feel what I'm saying? Now you're able to love yourself peacefully, and not be inconvenienced by fake love, not be put in certain situations because motherfuckers is faking it till they make it, because they trying to make it out the back of you. So they're gonna come and fake however long they need to fake in your life to come and get what the fuck they came for. We're not dealing with that shit anymore. Energetically, we have put ourselves in alignment to where these type of entities and energies won't be able to, again, participate or intervene in our lives, won't be able to energetically manipulate or intervene in nothing that we have going on. They can't do what they done in the past to us anymore, because the yoke, the bond has been broken. So that unevenly yoked bondage that they had you under has now been broken. And with that bondage being broken, that yoke being broken, now you are clear. You are free to elevate and to move forward and move on and leave the past in the past for good. You feel what I'm saying? Instead of, who is that? Naveed, I'm sorry, baby. I do not answer questions during my live readings. If you would like to have that question answered, my information is listed down below in the description on how you can message me about questions. You feel what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, so let's see what's going on even further. I'm sorry it took us so long to get into it, but that clearly had to be explained because people didn't understand, or didn't, they act like they didn't understand you or know what the fuck was going on. They just didn't want to accept the new version of you because it would crush the reality that they have created to be okay with what they have done to you in the past and how they treated you. Now that reality has been shattered by your sheer achievement, that now they're stuck like a deer in headlights. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to move on. They don't know how to move forward. You feel what I'm saying? They're stuck because, again, your personal empowerment alone has them shaking and quaking in their boots, because the work that you were putting in, they thought they were preventing you from putting in. They thought they were preventing you from being able to surpass or supersede any of the blockages that they placed in your life. So because of the trauma they were trying to inflict upon you, the drama that they tried to put you in, the chaos that they caused in your life, they thought that you was, you know what I'm saying? They thought that they had overcame you mentally to the point where you could not outthink them or overstand what it is that they were doing to you. Yeah, they thought that they had you in a situation to where you would not understand what was going on to heal yourself. I'm going to say this again. If you do not want to pay for the services that I offer, do not request it. I do not give out free services. Just like when you go to the grocery store, you don't ask them, oh, I need this real bad. Can you get this to me for free? They're going to tell you no. Either pay or you got to go. So that's my motto. Either you pay or find somebody else to play with. I do not offer my services for free. If you cannot pay for my services, do not ask for them, because I'm going to charge for them. I didn't spend all this money on being educated and getting degrees in this particular field to give away my services for free. So if you don't want to pay, do not ask. I appreciate that. But again, your personal empowerment alone has destroyed these people's very foundation that they built themselves up on to feel as though they can get away with doing shit like this to people. You ain't the only one, but like I said, you will be the last for a lot of people that are doing this shit, that is causing this kind of chaos and upheaval in people's life. You will be the end all be all for this shit for a lot of people. And some of you aren't even aware of how many people that ganged up on you. You don't even realize how big the gang is that's ganged up on your ass. Because, I mean, shit, at this point, for some of y'all got y'all whole hometown. Y'all hometown is done ganged up on your ass. For reasons that ain't even got shit to do with you. Stemming back from how people feel about your granny, your grandpappy, your aunties, your cousins, your uncles, all those that preceded you, that came before you, you answering for the bullshit they done did out here in the streets, whether you know about it or fucking not. And because you come from that bloodline and you carry that last name, motherfuckers want to treat you some kind of way based upon what the fuck others that have done, because they feel like, hell, you finna be indoctrinated into that, you finna be marked up behind that, you finna carry yourself behind that. That's the morals and values you gonna be stepping on. So they might as well go ahead on and treat you like that. And you was the different one. You didn't mark yourself up behind the shit that was influenced upon you. You didn't mark yourself up behind the environment that you was raised in. You strive to be different at all costs, no matter if it caused you to be the popular loner or the popular misfit. You was always the one who stood out, no matter what category a motherfucker tried to place you in. You was always different. They can never get you to blend in. They can never get you to conform. They can never get you or put you in a position to where you would not be noticed directly just for you being you. You feel what I'm saying? You always found a way to stand out, and that annoyed the fuck out of a lot of people because they felt like you was doing it on purpose. You was always outshining everybody else on purpose. You didn't want to give nobody else a second chance to outdo you, be better than you, or whatever the fuck that shit is. You feel what I'm saying? You didn't put yourself appropriately in the competition so people could compete with you. You stood out in a way that where there was no competition. You was it. You was it. You was the it girl or it guy. It did not take you long to be noticed by other people. And that's what people don't like. It's like they got the, you know what I'm saying, damn near fart, goddamn on rainbows and poop, goddamn cupcakes and shit in order to be recognized like you. It's like you do the bare minimum compared to these people when you're just simply doing the baseline of whatever it is that's required to be included in this particular quote unquote competition or to be included in this quote unquote category. And because you make the baseline look so good, motherfuckers think that's the top of the line when you just doing the basics. You feel what I'm saying? They don't want to see you do your big one, because then it ain't gonna be nobody in the category but you. But that's what they don't like about you. That's why what they can't stand about you is the positions in which you put yourself in. They can't knock you out. They can't take you out. You're so different. You're so angelic. You're so anointed. Your light shines so brightly. Even if they wanted to, majority of the people don't know how to take you out. They don't know what to do with you, but mistreat you, misuse you, and abuse you. That's why everybody came around doing the same shit, because they don't know what else to do with you. They don't know what else to do with you. Yeah, you are a master alchemist. Violet flame activation. See, again, you learn how to transmute the negative energy that they were trying to pour into you into positive energy. And you learned that at a very young age in your life because it was that bad. It was that potent that people were doing this to you as a child, a single digit number child. They ain't even wait till you got to your double digits. They doing this shit to you while you still in your single digits. That's how deep that shit went. And that's why people don't know how to perceive you or how to take you on. Because again, you've been going through this shit so long, you don't have tolerance for this shit. You can see that shit coming 10,000 miles away. And you don't give people the chance to get up underneath you, sit beside you, much less sit at your own table, park in the same parking lot with you. All that. When you come outside, you make it very clear. There's levels to this shit. There's categories to this shit. We are not the same. You take offense to that shit. Don't put me in the category of nobody. I'm too busy trying to create my own lane, create my own category, be my own individual, create my own legacy. You may take aspiration, inspiration, take classes, learn from other motherfuckers before you become your own master of whatever skills that you are honing in on. You feel what I'm saying? Aloha. Hi. Oh, I don't reach Hawaii. Yes, baby. If you have a specific question, baby, drop it down in the chat. Make sure you check out my description so you can see the Cash App, and let me know when you made your donation to the Cash App, and then I ask your question. Okay, I'm sorry, answer your question. But I don't think you heard the message before. But I don't answer questions for free. Okay, you guys want questions? You guys want readings or anything? Go ahead and check the description for my Cash App, and then drop the question in below after you have sent your Cash App, and then I'll go ahead and answer it, okay? I got both my phones here, so I'll be able to see when the Cash App hit, and then I'll answer you guys' questions, okay? Oh, I'm in Australia. Yes. What's up, mate? Hey. Look, I'm where I'm at today. Y'all must need to hear what I got to say, honey, because I'm where I'm at today. Y'all checking in. That's what I like. That's what I like. Check in with me, okay? Yes, child. But again, because you have been transmuting this drama, trauma, negativity for so long, since such a very young age, these people don't. One. Oh, baby, you joined. Yes. Yes. Look at y'all. Go on and make me proud now. Go on and make me proud. What's your question, baby? You done became my first member. I love it. You want to know what he doing, baby? Let me get you on together. Is there something specific that you want to know that he's doing? Or do you want to just know generally what he's doing? Yes, my first member. I love it. Okay, baby, let's see what we got generally going on. All right. You just made my day, baby. I appreciate you so much. Y'all, give it up for the first member on the channel. Look at the Lord just a working. Oh! I love it. Won't he do it? All right, baby. Got these cards warmed up. This is my fire deck right here, but this deck tell you shit you want to know, shit you don't want to know. All that. Hold on, let me start that cut over again. That was too much. All right, baby. Let's see. Holy Spirit, what's going on? Well, that went back in, so. Child, this person wants to come back and apologize to you because you have cut him off. You have restricted access to this person to an extent to where this person is feeling it energetically, feeling it physically, emotionally. This person never thought that you would catch on to whatever the fuck they was doing. They never thought you would move on. They tried to treat you like a person who will always be there. You feel what I'm saying? No matter what they had going on. And it's like when you stood up to this person and you let them know what it is and what it ain't, now they want to sit back confused as to, well, I thought I was meeting your expectations. I thought I was giving you what you was asking for, because I'm getting you aren't asking for too much. You're like, if he wanted to, he or she would. So because they weren't doing certain things, you felt as though that they didn't want to. So you readjusted your feelings accordingly, and you got up out of there, or you shut it down to a level to get this person's attention. Like, yeah, you're not meeting the expectations. I think we're going to have to part ways. That's the only reason why this person is coming back to you, because you're not under the control that they thought that they had you under. They thought you was up at night losing sleep over them, wanting to come outside about them, ready to fight anybody that you found out that was dealing or messing with them or him. You feel what I'm saying? And you was like, bitch, I don't come outside about no motherfucker. Nah. Yeah, you stood on big business about that. You stood up, let them know, like, bitch, I'm the big one, not the little one. You will not sit up here and emotionally, mentally jerk me the fuck around because you need an ego boost and shit. No, we not finna fucking do that shit. Yeah, you turned your back on this motherfucker like, bitch, I ain't got shit for you. I got aspirations and dreams and places and shit, places and people to see, places and people. I got shit to do. I got places to be, bitch. And it ain't sitting around here arguing with you or playing this mental ass game with you to boost your fucking ego. Like, who's benefiting off of this? You feel what I'm saying? And it ain't necessarily him more over you. This is a non-beneficial situation, period. But yeah, his game ain't working no more. This shit backfiring on him terribly. He gonna have to pay the price for all that he has done to all involved. So like I said, you falling under that category that we've been stuck on for the last couple weeks, that people are the fuck. Let me turn the car back over because I just lost my train of thought when I flipped that bitch over. Yeah, his game is backfiring on him. He don't know what to do anymore. He don't know how to live his life anymore. This was his quote unquote survivor mode. But because, like, oh, that's what I'm going to say. You may not have been the first person he did this to, but you will be the last. You're falling under that category we've been speaking of. You will be the last that this person does this to, because you have broke this person down egotistically so bad that they trying to figure out who the fuck they is at this point. And it wasn't that you did anything so drastic or so damn dramatic. It was just a simple fact that it's like, I'm not the one to the two when it comes to this shit. If this is how you want to play this game, then that's just how we gonna roll. You feel what I'm saying? And don't be mad at the after effect when that's what I'm saying. I'm not speaking directly to you. I'm speaking to this person. He should not be mad when he receives his direct deposit for this injustice or these transgressions or whatever, however you want to call it, this wrongdoing towards you. When he gets his just due for that, he shouldn't be crying, bitching, moaning, or complaining about a motherfucking thing, because everything was good while the good was getting. Now that the rabbit got the gun, it ain't no more fucking fun. So now this bitch, like, he's trying to play with you and let you know or make you feel like, oh, I'm your end all be all. You're not gonna get any better than me. Like, we should just deal with this shit and work through this shit and just deal with me and my bullshit. And you like, bitch, your shit your shit stink, bitch. That shit stink. And your shit do not smell like fucking roses. And this ain't no shit I want to entertain or no shit I even want to put up with. Because again, like I've said, even when you meet your divine counterpart and you enter into this divine union, you still gonna put up with shit. Nobody's perfect. But with this individual right here, ain't shit divine about this. This is very much so karmic. And this is some shit you are not willing to put up with by any means necessary. So with your careful and you're carefully analyzed and strategic cutoff was the very thing that fucking destroyed this motherfucker and everything he stood on. And he's mad at you because he's like, how did someone like you break someone like me? And you let this motherfucker, like, this, your breakdown showed this person who he really was, because he didn't even know who he really was. He was so used to bigging himself up and pumping himself up and talking this and talking that and shikadika. It won't none of that, baby. It won't none of that. You feel me? None of what the fuck he thought it was what it was. Yeah, and now he's sitting back like, why you don't want me? Because, bitch, this is child's play. This ain't no shit that no grown ass individual would do. And he's falling in the category of just the motherfuckers we talking about. When you make up your mind to stand up for yourself, stand on business about yourself, and remove yourself from these type of people having access to you, now they feel like you got too grown for your britches, as the old folks say. Oh, you done got too grown for your britches. You too good for your own people. Yo, you ain't people no more. You don't know how to connect with your people. No, because connecting with y'all motherfuckers ain't got me nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how you feel with this person. It's like connecting with this person. I mean, you may have gotten somewhere, but it won't too fucking far. Because you ain't playing this game. You're not playing this game with this person. That's exactly what you like, bitch, I did not come to play with you. So if you think I won't leave, bitch, you motherfucking sadly mistaken, because I am. Yep. When you left, you pull back your energy, and he felt the shift changing. He felt it happening. He began to be exposed, and exposed in ways that he never thought people would see him, or ways he never thought he would be exposed. And he want to blame it on you, because he want to say, oh, you done did something to him. You ain't did nothing to him, but made the motherfucking karma return to him quicker, because he decided to offend or transgress against a divine one, a chosen one of God's favorite. And so this is the repercussion of his fucking consequences. Like I said, he don't like his payout for being a fucking demon. He's confused as to how you brought him down when he didn't do his research on who the fuck you was before he decided to try you the way he tried you. That's where people fuck up a lot. You don't do your research on people who you choose to fuck with, because you so emotionally driven behind this decision that you have made, or not you, but the decision that they have made to go against you, that they forget to do the research about who the fuck you is, to see if there is anything to come behind them fucking with you. Yeah, so that's why he's in a state of confusion, because he forgot to do his own research. He listened to everybody else and then do his own fucking research. And so now you got peace after the storm he tried to come in your life and create. And the bitch mad about it. Oh, okay, well, be mad about it, bitch. Be the fuck mad about it. That's all I can say. Because you the baddest. You the biggest. You the largest. You the empress. Yeah. And you're stable. And you're fucking secure. And this motherfucker thought he was going to come in and wreck your shit. He thought he was going to come in and take your shit. Look at him. He thought he was going to come in and run off on your motherfucking ass like a fucking fool. And go be happy with somebody the fuck else. Bitch, don't make me mad in here. Whoever this motherfucker is, I'm sending an ass whooping through the mail for your ass. Look at him. That was his exact plan, to run off on your ass. We ain't doing that in 2026. Ain't no more running off on the motherfucker plug and shit like that. No, it ain't no more of that. So that's what you tell that motherfucker next time he want to come your motherfucker way with that shot or swing my way bullshit. Bitch, ain't nobody swinging your motherfucker way. Swing your motherfucking king of the jungle ass, George of the jungle, whatever ass the fuck on out of here. Because ain't nobody got time for you in this bullshit. I hope that answered your question, baby, about this person. Yeah. And they motherfucker trying to do you something. You want to treat you some kind of fucking way. Try to make you feel like you less than the beautiful individual that God created you to be. And for that, I will say, fuck that motherfucker right there. And every fucking thing that they stand for. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, y'all hear me rambling through my little bag. I'm trying to see if they sent me a damn spoon in this hole. I know they didn't. I ain't got no spoon. Hold on, y'all. A chosen one, meaning you're one of God's favorite. You're one of God's children. You're a descendant of the Most High. That's what I mean by the chosen one. Hold on 1 second, baby. You welcome, baby. You are so welcome. going on, y'all? What you are? What do you mean what you are, baby? You don't know who you are as an individual. You want to know how you're looking in the spiritual realm. You have to be a little bit more specific as to what do you mean what I am. Thank you. Okay, so with that specific information, baby, you're gonna have to get a birth chart reading. When you want to go into, you know, specifics as far as blood types and numerical meanings, you are gonna have to get a blood. I'm sorry, not a blood chart, but a birth chart reading, so that we can get into specifically. Now, there are some free birth chart reading websites out here, but you can find whichever one fits you personally, and then you can inbox me, and then we can go over that, and then we can get into that specifically. But yeah. All right, y'all. You so welcome, baby. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you once you get that birth chart reading, okay? But y'all can come and get it what you want. I'm hungry. I'm going to eat. But again, you have this twin flame who's holding on to you for dear life, because they know with you anything is possible. But everybody's not meant to be with their twin flame. So one is always going to outgrow and outdo the other one. And if the other one chooses to meet the other one where it's at, then you will see the two come into divine union. But there's a good side and a bad side to each soul. Each soul is split in half. So when you connect with your twin flame, that's going to be the other half of your soul, whether it's good or bad. That's where that balance comes in, where you have to have balance with light and dark, divine feminine, divine masculine energy balance. You know what I'm saying? You got to have balance of both. So what will cause that is if one of the twin flames, which is whatever's half of the soul, is not in balance, that will cause the twin flame union from coming into divine union. So that's why this expansive growth card is coming out, because someone is not up to par, and it's causing this twin flame union to be stretched out, or this twin flame journey to be stretched out even further, because they have not met the requirements to be introduced to or reintroduced to their other half. Yeah. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Y'all, look at my baby down there saying that I'm a good mom. Thank you, son. Look, my baby's even watching me, child. Look at that. On my other YouTube channel. What would I do without my baby, child? I love them a lot. I love them so much. But you got rebirth and you got personal freedom. So again, you have released yourself from these people who are not evenly yoked with you, who have not put in the work to be a part of the divine collective. And that's again where it comes in, where there's levels to this shit. You can't you will not be considered quote unquote guilty by association over here in this community. This community is work based only. You will only achieve the level of achievement that you put in the same amount of equal work into. So whatever level you put into this is the same level that you're going to come out on. So remember that. This is a self-inflicted, self-guided journey. So what you put in, you will fucking get back out. Remember that now. When you want to point fingers and shit like that to people about what you have and what you don't have, don't forget to look at yourself. Yep. Now, I'm looking at the bottom of my right before I get into this check. I'm about to be yapping. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm about to spit up my damn rice. Goddamn. With this clearing of karma, Kundalini karma, to be exact, meaning for my divine feminines who was out here on a run. That's what I call it. A whole run. Out here just flapping their little coochie in the wind and shit. And you didn't goddamn accumulated all these motherfucking sexual transmitted diseases and lay with all these sexual demons and shit. This is the karma that you're cleaning up now. You may be going through things to where your body is yes, thank you for understanding the 114. Look, thank you. Cause baby, I was hungry, honey. I ain't ate a thing all day. I got up, took my damn vitamins, cleanse my body from head to toe, child. Well, I ain't gonna say head to toe. I'm about to wash my hair when I get off here, so then I'll be head to toe. But from neck to toe, face to toe. I ain't ate nothing, but thank you for understanding, baby, because most people be talking shit like, bitch, you could have ate before you got on here. No, ho. I had a busy day, and I went in the order in which the Lord put me in today. And so I happen to share my lunchtime with y'all today. So thank you for the understanding. But anyway, for my divine films that was on their whole runs and shit and accumulated this sexual karma from the sexual STDs that you had and the sexual demons you laid with. This is the karma that you're cleansing right now through this rebirth. You are cleansing your womb. You are putting yourself back in alignment spiritually. You're getting ready to have some good spiritual sex. Oh, excuse me, Jesus Christ. Sex that's going to touch you on a soul level. You're going to get ready to have divine sex. You're getting ready to experience divine love. So you have to cleanse yourself from your hood chapter when you used to like hood meals and like to get them take a roll in the hay because you with the goddamn the gutter rats and knickknacks and alley cats and alley-rats and gaga. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a notification and make sure it wasn't my baby. But yeah, that's what you clearing up now. You feel what I'm saying? So don't be weary. I'm hearing for some of you guys, your body may be expelling certain parasites. You may be resting a lot. Your body is flushing. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Your body's flushing itself out from the inside out. You may have, a lot more frequent bathroom breaks than usual. You're seeing certain things happen with your skin changing, reverting back to its youthful state, your hair returning back to its full-fledged, long, thick, straight, or whatever your texture is returning back to normality. With that, your body is going back to the starting point, to the peak of your youth. Where you start giving it away, just handing it out, and let motherfuckers take your ass down the through there, your body's getting ready to revert back to that time when you started your quote unquote whole run. So that coochie meter is being dialed back with this Kundalini karma clearing that you're going through right now with this particular stage of your rebirth. Because this ain't a full-fledged rebirth, but this is the end of the rebirth, if it makes sense. This is the last part of the rebirth, aka transition. So all the changes that you have been binded and chained to. You see that chain right there? That chain right there is going to be broken from that karmic touch. That karmic touch of lust, that karmic lust touch. You ain't going to be able to be touched by people like that no more. Yeah. Ain't touch. You being spiritually assaulted, sexually assaulted. That shit is finna stop. That's what this spiritual this portion of your spiritual rebirth is about. Stopping the spiritual essaying. and put you in the mindset, is revamping your mindset, your intuition, and your discernment to know not to put yourself, lay with, talk to, entertain spiritual essays, spiritual PDFs. You feel what I'm saying? You are being put in a situation to where your skills are being sharpened to where you can see the motherfuckers coming 1,000 miles away, and you can divert, running the zigzag, running the opposite direction, whatever. You can move around that shit. Before, it just hit you like a ton of fucking bricks. It looked good on the outside till you get in and y'all hunching on each other, and then you realize you can lay down with a motherfucking demon, and it's all a lie. Yup. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Put my rice up. I finished up my rice, y'all. Let me get a couple of these French fries. Mm-hmm. All right. So, like I just said, when you break these chains, when you break these demonic sexual chains. I don't know why I keep saying changes, chains, like chains. But anyway, when you break these spiritual bondage chains to this low vibrational sexual energy, low vibrational love energy, and you're going to increase your frequency as well. So that's the main thing that's holding you down. Like when you say, damn, that shit reached down and grabbed me by my ass when you done ate something bad, or you done took something too damn strong. You're like, damn, that shit sat me on my ass, had me on my ass. Yeah. That's what's been keeping you on your ass, sitting down, lazy, lackadaisical, stuck, stagnant. This fucking false ass Kundalini energy. Yeah, this fake ass shit right here. And like I said, the position of unfuckwitableness, the position of being so unfuckwittable and the unfuckwitableness that comes behind it, like your wit that comes with being unfuckwittable, it's on a whole nother level. Reading, baby, shit. Motherfucker gonna be like, please don't make this lady or a man open up their mouth. You could read a motherfucker just by simply looking at a motherfucker and just shut them up. Just be like, they're gonna be like, I don't know what I was thinking today, honey. Let me lay down and wake up. Let me go take a nap and wake back up again and see if I get up on the right side of the bed. Yeah, you gonna make people go, you gonna make motherfuckers start wanting to have to go take naps, baby. Go to sleep and wake back up. Have a midday reset or something. Once they get done fucking with you, I'm like, I need to go take a nap. I done got tired, baby. I need to wake up and try this, and go to sleep and wake up and try this again, honey, because I done fucked up. I thought I knew what I was doing, baby. Not with this one. Yeah, past life healing, Voyager's journey. It's like you came back and reincarnated specifically because of what you went through, your spiritual journeys in past lives. You chose this particular lifetime to heal that. And that is good for you. 100%. 100%. Okay. We like that. That's the type of growth we're looking for. Okay. Now, for you guys who are not meant to reconcile or be in union with your twin flame, you are going to have your replacement come in. Once you make it through this final rebirthing stage of your spiritual ascension, once that comes to a full completion, then your soulmate is going to enter into your life. And with this soulmate, there are going to be some core wounds that you were not able to heal alone, that you're going to be able to heal with this person. Yeah. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. We have clearing core wounds, and we have nurture your inner child. So this was at the bottom of the deck when I did the initial pre-shuffle. So it did come back out. So again, reiterating this card here, you're able to love yourself in such a different way because of the core wounds that you were able to heal with your soulmate, aka your replacement. You feel what I'm saying? Some of you guys some of you guys experience your twin flame earlier in your life during your quote unquote hoe run out here, just simply to trigger you out of being a hoe. You feel what I'm saying? It's like whatever experience you had with your twin flame, the last experience that you had with this motherfucker could have been your last time ever seeing this person. Whatever, we ain't gonna get into that, but we're gonna go as far back as the last encounter was simply to bring you up out of that whole ass shit. Like, it's like they may have put you into that shit and you caught yourself carrying yourself like you was a pimp on that whole ass shit, but you ain't no whore. But the way you move like you was a pimp or a madam or some shit. So you gave off pimp energy. This rebirth is getting that up off of you, getting that stain, that particular stinking stain up off of you. Because it's like you're not in the mood to keep defending and keep saying that shit to motherfuckers. Like, bitch, I ain't no fucking hoe. You ain't gonna keep treating me like no motherfucking $2 hoe. But the way you carry yourself, your mentality, your energy that you're putting off is giving very much so pimp. Pimps up, hoes down. You feel what I'm saying? And you're making these people feel as though you are pimping them instead of being in relationships with them. So they trying to pimp you before you pimp them. And it's like the competition of two pimps trying to out pimp each other and see who gonna, you know what I'm saying, pimp themselves out the relationship. Who gonna end out the top player, the top pimp. Yeah, bitch, I pimp my way right up out of this relationship. Pimping in, pimping out, whole pimping is pimping. No, we threw that shit. Who is that? Is that my Nino? Hey, look, I missed y'all. Look at y'all coming on through here. Look at here. Look at it. Hold on, let me see something here. Yes. All right. Look, just when it's gonna get good. You missed a couple jewels, Nino, but it's all right. We ain't got too far in there. How far is we in? Damn, we in an hour. Damn, this shit finna be long. But I have been gone for a couple days, so I give y'all a long reading today. I give y'all a long reading today. And I might come back a little later, because like I said, I ain't doing nothing else today. So after I wash my hair and stuff, then yeah, I might come back up and through here. I might come on back up and through here. But it's like you're receiving mystical messages and you are being encouraged to follow these signs. Again, with the type of healing that you're enduring and you're undergoing right now, is to make room for the deeper, the heavier, the more intense Akashic messages that you're going to receive, spiritual download, cosmic knowledge. All of that is making room to receive deeper, more intense messages and synchronicities and knowledge. So that's why you must pay attention to the signs around you right now, because it's going to help you go down the rabbit holes in which you're being which you are being guided to go down, but safely with your harness and your traveling equipment. You feel what I'm saying? You are being carried by the Most High and your archangels and your ancestors. That's your support. That's what's helping you. That's your safety net, and that's your line in which you are hooked to. So therefore, if you slip and fall, that's what you can hold on to, and that's what's going to hold on to you with this harness. That's what's going to keep you from hitting rock bottom. You feel me? So pay attention. Yes, baby, I did get enough rest. I was actually studying. I'm back in school now. I'm just finishing up everything with my master's degree. I was trying to turn it in a couple weeks ago, but they sent it back saying I need to make some more adjustments. So I'm finishing up on my thesis for my master's so that I could go ahead and begin on my doctorate. Okay. So that's what I have been doing, y'all. I got my paper sent back to me, and I've been working on that diligently and a couple other things pertaining to my business so I can make this more exciting for y'all. I'm working on products for you guys so you guys can have t-shirts and Queen Lisa Chronicle paraphernalia. Not paraphernalia, damn, I'm saying the damn shit wrong. I ain't selling nothing illegal. I said the wrong word. I retract my statement. What you call that? What you call that when you have stuff that represents whoever you like, or you know what I'm saying, start with a P. Yeah, I'm trying to create some of that for y'all, so therefore y'all can be like, you know, when you watch my videos, you can have a Queen Lisa Chronicle cup, a shirt, a hat, a t-shirt, a hoodie. I'm trying to get to the blankets. I ain't got my pressing machines aren't big enough to press out larger things, but you know, when I get to that point, you know, you have blankets and throws and all of that. So your girl being in the kitchen cooking, you feel me, cooking, and now that I done cooked, you know, got everything on the stove and in the oven cooking, I'm on a simmer and temper, so I had some free time to come back and spend with y'all. So that's what I'm doing today, and I thank y'all for stopping by, spending time with your girl. Like, I love y'all dearly. You just don't understand. Now, Nino, to you specifically, now I don't mean to snap. That is a little rude. I don't mean to snap, but we got what you call it, memberships. And who is this that became the first member of the channel today? Sissy Pacino. Yes, it's the first member of the community. So for all my A1 day ones and my regular attendees, y'all go ahead on and check out the memberships. I want to see some more membership enrollments now so that I can go ahead and start producing what I've been working on behind the scenes. And y'all can, you know what I'm saying, get more bang for your buck, if you know what I mean. But again, with these deeper signs of synchronicities, the more intense messages that you're going to receive is going to help you with this karmic purge, meaning purging these entities in this energy period from circulating in your life, and help you permanently eradicate this energy out of your life. Because again, this energy has come back and forth so many times and for so long. It's like you have become accustomed to it. You have been out surviving with this energy riding your ass. You feel what I'm saying? And now this upgrade is putting you in a position to where that's something that you can let go of and not acclimate yourself to, because it's not customary to the lifestyle that God has created for you to live. God did not create you to live in that type of stress and strife with that type of energy battling you consistently. God wants you to live peacefully amongst your tribe, and you can't do so until you permanently eradicate the things that have been set upon you, that have been sicked on you. You feel what I'm saying? That people sent your way, magic and spells and cloaking spells and mirroring spells and projections and shit that they have sent to you simply because they cannot control themselves mentally, emotionally, or physically. And so because they're out of control in those main core areas, they try to find ways to justify their wrongdoings against others by weaponizing the areas in which they are lacking, and why they're lacking, and why they couldn't bring themselves up to par in those particular areas, being though they were deprived by the very ones who were supposed to pour into them divinely in those areas so that they could be walking the walk and talking the talk like you. Okay, everybody got their own relationship with God, and God presents himself differently to everyone. So even if, you know what I'm saying, they put in the work to be in God's presence or have that type of relationship with God, you feel what I'm saying? These people, they ain't want it. They didn't want to do it. They'd rather just take it from you or take it out of you. They would rather permanently spiritually handicap your ass or sever you from the spiritual realm permanently than put in the required work for them to obtain that particular status or stature. So it is, if you can't, instead of, if you can't beat them, join them. If you can't beat them, take them out. That's how these people see you. And that's enough of that shit. That's enough of that shit there. That shit ain't gonna fly no motherfucking more. And these motherfuckers wanna sit back and act like they don't fucking know. Bitch, you do motherfucking know. They was already warned about this stupid ass shit, but they failed to take heed to the warning. So warning always come before destruction. And you can't be mad at nobody because you didn't take heed to the fucking warning. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. All right, Nino. In the next couple of days now, I want to see you in one of these tiers, on one of these membership tiers now. I got faith in you. You're going to find your right spot where you need to be. And all my other day ones, y'all going to check out the memberships and see what membership tier fits you. Okay, I'm going to start posting there today. Got my first member today. So they're going to go on and get it. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go on and get these messages now. I'm excited. I love to work now. I love to be a busy woman. I love to have something to do. Without y'all, I wouldn't have nothing to do. I'd be sitting around here bored, twiddling my damn thumbs and shit, you know. Be sitting on spiritual gifts, wasting talent and shit. Y'all help me sharpen my skills. Y'all help me get better each and every time I get on here. You feel what I'm saying? We all on this journey together. We just at different stages, but we all on the journey together. The journey won't be the same for all, but the end goal is the same for all, to fulfill your destiny and purpose. So we all got the same end goal, and we might not all get there the same way, but as long as we can help everyone execute things properly and get to their proper position before time, we done did our job. We did what we came here to do. Holy Spirit, let's see what we got going on. Ooh, child. Okay, so this twin flame of yours is a very important part to this spiritual journey. It's something that it's a particular skill that this person was supposed to bring to your attention with this last encounter that you had with your twin flame, that was supposed to trigger one of your instincts to evolve. So this was a triggering evolvement. Instead of a lesson learned, it was a trigger skill evolvement by the action of your twin flame. It was something they did, something they put you through that activated this particular gift that you had. And now that this particular gift has been activated, now God is getting ready to put you in a position to where you can learn how to use it. And once you learn how to use it, you're going to use it to begin this karmic purge spiritually from the inside out. It don't matter what you doing on the outside, is what are you doing on the inside? Because what you're doing on the inside is going to show on the outside. Versus it don't matter sometimes what your actions are, it's the intent behind the action. So it's like a vice versa thing, depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it, how whatever you're doing is going to be perceived. We all know that. We have the Knave of Wands. Um, so again, this person came in leading with their deck, but they did end up putting them in this situation of being broken down and blocked from you. When you knew better, you did better. With the spiritual evolvement that you were going through, again, it helped you initiate, activate a particular gift that you needed to activate in order to eliminate this energy, this karmic energy from returning to you for good. And like I said, for some of y'all, majority of y'all, it's going to happen when you come into spiritual union with your soulmate, because of those core wounds that you're going to be clearing out. You've already healed them. Now your soulmate is going to help you clear out those wounds to make space for you to receive. That's what crushed this person to a level to where they have lost understanding. Their cognitive thinking skills have been completely blocked. Like their mind is not processing what is going on and exactly what and why things are happening the way they're happening. Because again, it is such on a intellectual level that because they've been in this low vibrational energy for so long, they can't think how they used to think. Like when I'm hearing when they first entered into this particular lifestyle where they took on this particular karmic energy, they were able to balance themselves between good and evil. They could think evil in an evil manner and they could think in a righteous manner. But because they dwelled on the evil side more than the righteous side, they lost that train of thought. They lost that thought pattern within their brain. So they had to, they didn't go back in and work on that. They just left that as something that they can reach back onto the shelf and pull out at any given time. But again, talent is God-given. Skill is practice. You feel what I'm saying? You have to continuously use something in order to become skilled. You have to practice something in order to become skilled at it. You feel what I'm saying? And this person stopped practicing balancing that out and chose to dive head first onto one particular side. So they lost their skills for a particular gift that they had. And that is where the majority of their confusion lies. Majority of why the main reason why they can't understand why they cannot think. You're literally having a mental blockage to where they can't think. They can't think like they used to. They don't have that duality mentally anymore. And that shit is scaring the fuck out of them. I mean, it is scaring them to their core. And here we go. Why do people always got to come in here talking and nobody even invited you over here? Like, since you so offended, let me go and get you up out of here. Yeah. But again, like I said, that alone has them scared, shake it to their core. They're utterly confused. They're just heartbroken. And that's why this shit is hitting so hard, because the effect of this particular action towards you, it really it set off the atomic bomb in their world, as to they blew their own self up. Like, you remember that saying back in the day, check yourself or you wreck yourself? They didn't, and they wrecked, and they wrecked in a major way. Like, they bombed out. Like, they bombed the fuck out, and they don't know how to recover from what it is they have done. Now, don't get confused. They do know what they have done. but they didn't know how much damage that they were taking themselves from the shit that they were doing and projecting onto others. That was the hidden damage that they did not see until the fucking bridge came crumbling down and they didn't know why. They can't even think properly to the point where they can even place blame elsewhere. Because again, like I said, they can't think. I don't know if you guys have ever been in that situation or experienced something to that level to where you feel like your brain is frozen and you cannot think. You cannot think the way you need to think to properly process the situation so you can get through the shit. It's like having writer's block or any type of mental block or fog. This person is deeply into that. I mean, not into it, but deeply experiencing this shit. And when I say into it for a reason, he was deeply into it because that's what he was deep into doing to other motherfuckers. So people couldn't see what the fuck they was doing. And because they got so deep off in that shit doing it to other people, it negatively impacted them as well. Just like, for instance, secondhand smoke. That's how this affected him from that particular perspective. Yeah. See, they were of status and stature in the beginning, but they chose the wrong side. They took oaths and became a part of a cult. And now it's kind of like they're on a particular state. They're in a particular stage of death. And before they get on their deathbed, the physical deathbed, they're experiencing death on different levels: mental death, emotional death, spiritual death. Now, if this person finds a way to reconnect themselves to the Most High, they may have a chance to rectify this before the fourth death comes about, which is the physical death. You feel what I'm saying? So if they make it through this transition in their life and do what is requested of them through this transition, if the opportunity is given, they may possibly have a slim chance of redemption. But again, it's all about whether or not this person is paying attention. It's all about whether or not this person is, excuse me, understand the detriment that they have caused not only others but themselves, and realize, hey, I'm not so good of a person after all. Or, you know what I'm saying, just come to realization that they chose to be an ain't shit ass individual and they are being presented with their last and final chance to correct and rectify this shit. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? That's where they at. What they gonna do? They don't know which way they gonna go, but they know they can't play around with this shit no more. Even if they don't reference God or whatever, they saying they can't play with themselves no more. They cannot put themselves in this situation anymore because they know what's going to be their next position in life, and they don't want to be there. They don't want to be put in that position. They don't want to go there. All right, y'all. All right. They ain't got together like they thought they did, honey. They don't have it together like they thought they did. Woo! don't know, y'all. And you just got real quiet. It ain't expect for me to tell on them like that. You motherfucker got quiet. Like, let me get gone. Let me get away around here. This girl talk too much. Don't get the scooting and booting now. Bring your ass here, little boy. So what I'm getting for some of y'all, well, for the ones that resonate with this twin flame, this what I was talking about up here with this twin flame and this rebirth, this portion of the reading is for you. This is to give you a better understanding and a background of what this person part was and what part how they was playing their part in this rebirth. That's what's being broke down. The twin flames part in your rebirth and clearing this karma and clearing karma and having a karmic purge, meaning you're clearing the karma that you incurred behind fucking with these karmic ass motherfuckers. Now it's time to purge the karmic connections on any level, physically, mentally, emotionally, on a soul level, whatever. That's what you're doing. It's like you're having a lymphatic drainage, like where you're flushing your whole body. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're going through I'm going to call it a spiritual lymphatic drainage right now. Yeah, and see, it's like this motherfucker trying to run. I'm hearing that song by Mary J. Blige, Runaway Love. Yeah, this motherfucker want to run away from this shit because they just so distraught at how much damage they caused themselves. They thought they was just skating off with this shit that they was doing, not realizing how down bad they were. By the time they turned around and looked at themselves and the karma that they had incurred and the damage that they done took from the shit they have did, it was really more detrimental than what they thought. They treaded too lightly with this particular situation. They ain't put enough respect on what was going on. And that's what put this person in this situation. Their lack thereof respect for pretty much anything that wasn't allowing this person to have their motherfucking way. Whatever was intervening with them having their motherfucking way, they didn't have no respect for it, whether it was good, bad, or indifferent. And that's what's going on right here. They ain't respecting this shit. They're like, nah, bro, I can get my shit back. I ain't even gotta do all that. I know what I could do to get myself back together. Like they're gassing themselves up, not knowing they got a big ass that they got a goddamn hole in the motherfucking fuel tank, and they're gonna have to drop that bitch and replace that motherfucker because it ain't holding no damn gas. It ain't holding no air. It ain't holding shit. The shit is disintegrating. The shit has rusted out. They need a new fuel tank and a damn, the gauge that they put in the fuel tank to make sure he can properly gauge the fuel that he has, that he's filling himself up with. But he's been on that cheap ass octane for so fucking long, it rusted out the motherfucking tank, and the damn fuel pump don't burnt the fuck out. That's what I'm trying to say. Fuel pump. The fuel pump done burnt the fuck out. And so now he riding on pins and needles because he don't know, he can't feel his mode of transportation, meaning his body, his mind, his soul, the things that he needs to gauge when he needs to replenish himself. He's blinded to that. He can't feel that. He has no recollection of that. He has no way of measuring whether he's full, half, or empty, or damn near empty. He don't know how to gauge himself anymore. He don't know how to gauge what the fuck going on in his life no more. So yep, now he's going through all kinds of tower moments and shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like with this motherfucker right here, they were so busy avoiding shit that they was burning bridges every which way. Every which way they turned around, they was on some fuck that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Disrespecting people who didn't deserve it, mistreating people, just acting the fuck out, showing their pretty motherfucking ass because they could not fathom or understand what the fuck was going on. They didn't even know where to begin to think. They didn't even have a starting point as to where to think to figure out how they got to this point. But everybody else sees it just as clear as day. And that's why they walk around here acting the way they're acting, treating people the way they're treating people, and disrespecting people the way they disrespecting people, is because like they was on the outside looking in and knew what the fuck was going on, how they played with people, making people think that things were a certain one way and it was really another way. They lied about their intent with dealing with people, had one real true intent, but was projecting off a false intent. That's why they can't figure out what the fuck is going on and how to fix this shit. It's just London Bridge is falling down around this bitch, and he can't stop that shit. And that's what's infuriating this motherfucker, because they can't stop it. They can't even figure out how to stop it, and they don't even know why this shit started. Because again, you are what you live by, and because of how they chose to live their motherfucking life, they handicapped themselves. So but again, that ain't gonna stop this motherfucker from trying to sling that motherfucker street meat. But see, don't nobody want him no more. Don't nobody want this motherfucker no more. They done stretched themselves wide and dropped it down too motherfucking low to the point where people is looking at this person like they are damaged goods. And it's to the point where even if this person does do a 180 and turn themselves around, they would still be looked at as damaged goods because of how much damage they cause in the community and to themselves. When they recover, nobody will never see them as fully recovered because of the intensity behind the shit that they done did, the intent, the mindset. That's the main thing. The mindset that this person was in when they was doing the shit they was doing is why everybody is going to forever look at this person like they have a handicap, a mental handicap, because you can't be in your right mind doing these types of things and not have a mental handicap. And so because that alone, the way society is set up, they don't believe it is not possible that you can heal from a mental handicap. You can improve, you can try to retrain, but you would never be 100%. You feel what I'm saying? Even if you feel as though you've reached your fullest potential, on a normal scale, you would not be considered normal anymore. You would just be considered healed to capacity, if that makes sense. So people is going to constantly cap this motherfucker off because of the damage that they have done and caused to themselves and others. They have been capped off and only going to be seen as being able to obtain this certain level of normality. They're never going to be seen in a sense of where they can fully recover and become considered a normal human because of the wrongdoing that they have done. And for how long? So it's just like a recovering addict. Once an addict, always an addict. You're fighting for the rest of your life to stay clean. And that's how this person is going to be looked at. They're going to be fighting for the rest of their life to remain in this image that they have worked so hard to create. Remain in this place. Remain in this mindset. Remain on this spiritual, learn how to dwell in spiritual dignity. And I don't really think, it depends on certain people. Some people ain't even gonna see this person's humanity. Some people aren't even going to give this person that much of a chance. You feel what I'm saying? Some people ain't even going to let it get that damn deep with this person as far as forgiving and seeing them as a new person, or, you know, acknowledging their turn of a new leaf. Some of the damage that this person has caused to other people is being seen as irreconcilable differences. So because of that, here we go with this damn spam calling and shit. So because of that, people are just keeping them at an arm's length. Like with this Seven of Pentacles, motherfuckers is like, what it is, what do you want? State your business. If you have none, be gone. We not here for general chit chat, small talk. Excuse me, none of that. Not, you can't just pull up on me and sit on my porch and kick it with me and shit like that, because you done lied to kick it with me so many times. You have deceived me so many times. You have misrepresented yourself so many times that certain lines that this person has crossed will never be, this person will never be allowed to even get close to those type of lines anymore. So certain boundaries have been put in place to where this person will always be in a particular place, in a particular category, and be seen in a particular way for the rest of their days. And this is what happened when you peak in high school and you live your life in your yesteryears until you get 50. And all you see is your health declining and your age crawling up on your ass. Not even crawling no more. That shit running up on your ass and doing your ass dirty. You don't have the community that you once had. Not you, but them. This karmic that we're talking about. They don't have the community that they once had. So now they're thinking about what the fuck they should have been thinking about while they was doing this bullshit. They're thinking about it now. How am I going to make it to old age? How am I going to survive the rest of my life not being able to live my life the way I've been living my life? I'm 50 years old. I'm whatever years old, over 50. And I don't have a retirement plan. I don't have a plan for this portion of my life. I don't have a plan for my elder stage in my life. My other half of my life. I don't have a plan for that. And this person don't. That's why they so confused. They so mad. They, you know what I'm saying? At this point, would rather perish than try to figure this shit out all over again. They waited too late and too long, and this is their fucking choice. Now it's really gonna be a fight for their life. They really gonna be pulling themselves up by their bootstraps because they played too long. And they thought it was gonna be too much work. Then it's really gonna be too much pressure on them now. And some of them don't have the soul power to make it through. Some of them aren't gonna make it through this spiritual ascension, this spiritual rebirth. They're going to perish because they use too much of their soul to live their life in such an unrighteous way that they have none left, or little to none left, to live their life in a righteous way. And the things that they're going to be required and requested to do to regain parts and pieces of their soul that they gave away, they may not have enough to complete the assignment. They may not have enough of their soul left to even complete one of the assignments to get a portion of their soul back. That's why you got to be careful, and you have to hold things sacred that were created sacred for instances and situations just like this. You're never gonna know when enough is enough if you keep playing like it's never enough. You can't get enough. Can't stop, won't stop. Crazy. Yeah, 6 of Cups, the Sun. It's like they still stuck in their yesteryears. They still crying over the fact of what they used to be and how they used to be, and all the love that they used to get shown, and how everybody used to fuck with them, to now living a life where nobody fucks with them. They are a fallen angel now. And motherfuckers see them as that. And the only ones that's gonna play with them is other fallen comrades, other fallen demons and angels and shit like that. Other motherfuckers of the caliber in which he is stuck in right now are the only people that he's going to be able to reach out to. The only people he's going to be able to interact with. All the good people that this person had around him to help him change for the better, he pushed away. Yeah, and now this motherfucker, this could be a water sign. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I see this fish here on the 9 of Swords. I mean, that motherfucker low-key tweaking out. You know how a motherfucker, like, it's like you waking up on Freaky Friday or 13 Candles or some shit, whatever that movie was where the girl was an adult and then woke up as a fucking teenager again. This is the mindset in which he's slipping into because he doesn't have the faith. He doesn't have the soul energy to push forward and put in the work to obtain what he has, to reobtain what he has sacrificed, what he has put on the line. And that's why it's like he's slipping into insanity. And it's like, how far are you gonna go? How low can you go before you bring this shit back? And it's like they wanted to go so low to the point where they have to be saved and they have to be rescued. But that savior is not coming. That rescue is not coming. So if this person allows themselves to fall that damn deep off into this shit, they will never be able to recoup or recover. Yeah. So if they catch that shit early and put the same mental strength, I'm hearing they have to strengthen their mind, their mind's eye first before they can begin recouping their soul. It's like they must give up the fleshly eye that they took the oath under or the oath to in order to decalcify and open up that spiritual eye. So they must let go of one to obtain the other. And that's what the fuck is going on right now, to see if this motherfucker is big enough, is bad enough, is strong enough to do that. Because they got a lot of shit they got to defeat. They got these entities, these spirits, these demons that they done conjured up to work with them, to enable them to live this life and do what they've been doing. And excuse me, yeah, they got to take out their compadres. They got to become an op before God will put them in spiritual secret service. You got to turn in something. You got to give up something to get something. So he either take them out or he either put them in the position to be taken out. One of the two. But this motherfucker, he want protection from the Intergalactic Federation. He gonna have to put in some work. He gonna have to do something to show that he has made his mind up to do it, because his word don't mean nothing. What he's doing, his usual methods of payment that he uses to convince and coerce someone to take his word or give in to him, it ain't gonna work with this spiritual ascension he's going through. He gonna actually have to put in the work. He gonna actually have to do it. He gonna actually have to mean it to obtain the very sacred thing that he's put on the line, use as payment for the stupid shit he was doing. Yeah. Six of Pentacles. There is no equal give and take. This motherfucker broke, busted, and disgusted. 2 seconds from holding up a sign and shaking a cup for motherfucking change. Yeah. 10 of Wands. And this motherfucker want to be mad, but again, this is the life he chose to live. This is what he wanted to do. This is where he saw his wish fulfillment coming from a spell. He wanted to grow off of a spell. So he had no solid ground that he stood on to build his foundation on, to plant his seeds of harvest in. All of that shit came out of a spell jar or a spell bottle. Spell work. This motherfucker built himself up off of spell work, and the same spell work he built himself up off of is the same spell work that's going to cause his rapid decline. And I'm hearing this motherfucker just won't give up, because again, he don't know no better at this point, because he has not thought with his righteous mind for such a long time. He don't know how to use it anymore. He don't know how to crank that side of his brain up no more. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the confusion. And that's what's making his brain hurt. That's what's making it such a mental stress and strain on him, because he has to fire that side of his brain up again. And he ain't got it to do it. That's why he's dabbling back in this fucking spell work. to create um false produce to harvest from. It's like Jack and a giant beanstalk with them damn magical beans and shit. That's what this bitch is planting in this barren land, in this barren soil that has no life in it. This bitch is planting magical beans and shit. That's why he's getting such high quantity. That's why it looks like his harvests are so big, because it's all magical. It can all disappear in a moment. So it don't matter how big it gets, how big it is seen from the fleshly eyes. The spiritual eye sees its insignificance. And that's what triggers this person about you. Like, you can see through the illusion and the delusion. And he feel like if he plant these magical seeds and shit in this barren fucking land, he can avoid justice. Avoid judgment and avoid having to answer for his wrongdoings, avoid karma, and just get a quick little restart after he plant these magical beans and shit, magical seeds and shit. And it's like, bitch, you ain't coming over here planting that fake ass, demonic ass shit in my motherfucking garden, on my motherfucking land, period, bitch. Go find you a piece of the sidewalk, or go find you a random plot in the motherfucking middle of the woods, and you get it how you did that way. But that's why this person is so attached to you, because your land is so fertile. No matter what's planted, it's gonna grow good, bad, or indifferent. And he don't give a fuck how it's affecting the rest of your seeds that you done planted around it. As long as he come in and plant in your garden, and his shit grow amongst your shit inconspicuously, to where you won't be able to figure out until it's too late, to the weed and already overpowered your shit, took your shit out, choked your seeds out, drained life from your seeds, and they done sucked it all up with their fake ass magical beans and shit. And now your harvest is withering away, while their shit is growing and glowing and overtaking your garden, to the point where they gonna try to come in and 52 fake you out and be like, you ain't did nothing, I did this. This all came from my seeds that I planted. And that's how it's always been. They see a garden of Eden and they come in and take it over with their seeds that they plant to still kill and destroy you, and take your inheritance. Take what you worked so hard for. That's why you shouldn't give everybody access to plant and to pour into you. Be careful. Be curious as to what a motherfucker trying to pour into you and why, and the intent behind it. And when you ask those particular questions, people who aren't on the up and up tend to shy away from you, tend to move on and move the fuck around, because they're eventually going to have to expose themselves in their plan. And because of your mindset and how you're presenting yourself unto them, they know that would not be a smart thing to do. It would not be the right thing to do, because again, they're not fitting in. They're not getting where they're not getting it in, or getting it how they live, if that makes sense. They're gonna be the oddball out. They're going to stand out. Their fugaziness, their finesse is going to single them out, and they're going to be easily eliminated. So they can't hide from you. And that's what they don't like. They can't hide from you. They can't get away from you. And they feel like it's not fair. That's why they keep trying to attack you and do all these things to you behind the scenes, wage spiritual warfare on you, because of that reason alone. They cannot deceive you. They're naked in your eyes. You make them very uncomfortable, and they don't know how to fucking stop you from seeing them in the way that you see them. So their only way that they see where this could stop is to eliminate you. Yeah, that's why nobody don't like you, and that's why people are so willy-nilly to take you out, because you're going to cause a whole society to rise. If people chose to jump ship with you, the whole community would rise. And it would be easy to single these motherfuckers out, because levels and categories and shit will be created based upon people following your particular blueprint. And so then, therefore, you would be singling out the misfits again, and they wouldn't like that. And that's why they want to kill, steal, and destroy you. And whatever you stand for and what you're doing is going to do just that. And it'll be easier to spot the motherfuckers out easier to eliminate them motherfuckers, easier to not fuck with them. Because the levels and the categories and the humanity, the morals and values will be restored unto the community, and it's going to spread like wildfire, put it out and uprooting these weeds and fucking false ass illusions and shit like that. All that shit is going to be eradicated and eliminated through the rising of the community, because these people chose to put their faith in the righteous. People are losing faith in people like this. People are starting to see people like this for who they really are, and people don't like it because they're tired of getting the results. They're tired of the payout that they're receiving behind partaking in such ill-mannered behavior. They're seeing is really not working for them, it's working against them. So now that people are ready to change, they're ready to change who they're following, who they're listening to, who they're obtaining information from, who they're studying with, who they're studying up underneath. And it's always been you. That's why they wanted to keep you at a distance, keep people from getting close to you, because your anointings alone drew people in. And once people got locked into you, it was no breaking them apart. So again, you're going to have to put distance between yourself and people to give people the space and the opportunity to come to you in a way that best fits them. They still have to meet the entry requirements. But again, their journey to you will be personable and unique to each and every person who decides that they now want to listen to your testimony. They want to be a student. They want you to teach them. And because that's the position in which you're going to be put in, you have to clear out this karma, and you have to purge these karmic ass people who refuse to let you go by any means necessary. People like this very motherfucker right here we talking about. And your twin flame could be anybody. It don't necessarily have to be a romantic lover. It could be a karmic ass family member or whatever. Whoever this person is, you don't want them. You blocked off to them. You didn't cut the water off. You ain't pouring into them. And they're wondering why. It's because you don't have the time and energy to pour into that type of stuff anymore. You have things to do. And it does not consist of playing around with people like this anymore. You're accepting it for what it is, and you're continuing to move forward and out the way so that they can receive their just due for the damage that they have caused in the community, and accept their judgment. All they do is call shit and run from the shit. Throwing the rock and hiding their hand. That shit is over with. Hands and feet and legs and tongues and ears is finna be cut off. Eyes finna be sold up. Lips finna be sold up. All body parts finna be sold up. If you are the karmic, then I am talking to you, baby. But if you are not the karmic, then I am not speaking to you, baby. But yeah, this is what this person is doing. Yeah, this was your twin flame. And for this particular group of people that I'm talking to, this was a romantic partner. Sure was, because we got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. And you have the Four Wands in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, and the Queen of Cups in the upright. So you got the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. The boss. You the boss dog, boss hog out this hole. Ain't nobody bigger or better than you. You are the program, and people are coming to you to get the blueprint, and you're giving it out to those who are worthy of obtaining this information. No longer will this be stolen from you. People have to do what they got to do to get where they want to be, where they trying to be, where they supposed to be. And people are going to go through the proper channels when it comes to you to obtain the blueprint that you have to offer. If people want to see a particular change, they want to change the way you change, and you're not just like you, but they want to take the road that you took and personalize it to their own particular journey, they have to meet the requirements. And the same way they paid to play out here to do this buffoonery is the same way they're gonna have to pay to study, to become better. Everything you do in life is an investment. So be wise of what you invest in and how you're investing into it. Because everything has a short-term and a long-term effect. So think about those two types of effects when you're entertaining or intertwining yourself spiritually with anything or to anyone. Because like I said, there's levels to this shit. You can't be too general. Some things you got to specify. But we talking about spiritually here. Because some things, majority of things you do spiritually will manifest into the physical. And that's how this shit keep going. That's how this cycle keeps going. 9 of Cups. 4 of Swords. See, there will be no rest for this wicked motherfucker over here. Yeah. This is a Decepticon. I wanna be. I can't get right. I ain't gonna get right. The Pied Piper, this bitch trying to play your favorite tune, trying to jump, jig. This person is trying to coon and jigaboom your ass back into a motherfucking toxic ass relationship with him. Like this motherfucker, yeah. And see this double-edged sword, they cutting their fingers playing this motherfucking flute, trying to goddamn coerce you back into a fucking downfall with them. All because they want your money. This person has voodoo dick, meaning majority of the people who they sleep with, majority of the people who they do this shit to perishes after the sacrifice is complete. And that's why they hitting so strong, trying to come so strong right now. Cause they're like, fuck this shit. I'm not finna play with you no more. This is what you want to do. This is how you gonna act towards me. And I'm just gonna do what I came to do, which is going to take your ass the fuck up out of here. Yeah. Straight like that. So he can get his magical beans and plant on somebody else's ground, or plant in his own barren ass land of ground that he got to bring life back into his motherfucking life. He gonna take yours. Yeah, to bring life, back into his, he's gonna try to take yours. You got the 7 of Cups and the Devil. Yeah, because it's all about what he can get off of you. How are you beneficial to him, not how he can benefit you. How can you benefit them? What can you bring to the table? That's why they say that shit. What can you bring to the table? Because it's like they want to know. If they can't figure it out, they want you to tell them what you got to offer. They want you to brag and boast about it, so then they can make up a plan based off that of how they gonna fucking attack you, how they gonna do what they came to do to you. Because 9 out of 10, it's your light that attracts them in. They don't know what it is about your light or what it is about you until they get to know you. And if they want to waste time getting to know you and doing this and doing that, then that's when the games begin. Because as they spend time with you, they can see certain things about you, certain qualities, certain things, how you live and how you drive and where you work and how you take care of your children, how you take care of yourself, this and that. Those things reel them in till they get to the point where they start asking you specifics. And when you see a motherfucker getting a little too nosy, that person was sent to you. That person is on a mission. They have a mission. They have a mission assigned to them to come and take you out, to come and do this and that to you, to come and do this and that to you. So be careful who you tell what you all about and what you got to bring and what you got to offer. Because if a person wanted to, they would, and they would figure that out on their own. They wouldn't need you to tell them, oh, you got XYZ, you got this, that, you got this, that, you got this. They wouldn't need all of that. I mean, I'm just saying now. They wouldn't need all that. They would pay attention to you to enough to where they would learn you on their own based upon their own research and note taking. And from that effort alone right there would tell them where they need to be and how they need to approach you and what they need to do to get you and to keep you. See, a real person, a real individual would not ask these type of questions because they would do the proper work to research the answers that they need answers to. Because again, everything, when certain questions that you ask direct answers for, meaning the person is lacking the effort to put into you to find that out on their own. Now, certain questions do need to be answered because that, it is on the realm of mind reading, psychic type shit. You feel what I'm saying? So don't be offended by all questions. Some questions are very much so reasonable and within the appropriate ramifications. So for lack of better words, answer the damn question. But you can tell by the type of question that's being asked whether or not you should answer that bitch and why this mother sucker is asking you this type of question. See, demons always got to let you know what they're doing, what they got going on. That's a part of the intergalactic law that they are under. And they have very inconspicuous ways of doing it. And with that, some of it is legal, some of it is illegal. But within respect to the illegal portion of that shit, that's how the karma comes back so quickly and how they're so quickly reprimanded for their ill behavior. Because they know some of them are wizards and warlocks and witches and things like that, practitioners, divination abusers. So they have a particular set of skills to look into you certain ways without you having to tell them. So that's why it's very important that you activate this Merkaba so you have this certain shield of protection around you so they can't access you without your permission or God's permission in those ways. And that's how this karmic purge will be able to be implemented, and you'll be able to get that done because of the protection, the level of protection that you have on you. Even if a motherfucker was trying to try you like that, they wouldn't be able to because, again, that invisible force field I've been talking about that's going to be bouncing off that shield and don't know why they bouncing off that bitch. They can't get through. They just keep hitting the wall and shit, but can't see no motherfucking wall. Yeah. And that's because they're on assignment. They're on a mission. Mm-hmm. They coming in to weaponize love against you. They're coming in to have tantric sex with you, to get you emotionally distraught so that you will make an emotional decision to allow this person to come in and take over the legacy that you have built or are building. You become so weak minded, spiritually, emotionally, just weak in all the wrong areas. The moment you just say, here you go, you can do it for me. I trust you. And this person ain't got not a lick of experience, ain't read not near a book, don't know nothing about nothing. All they see is the money that come behind your energy, your effort, and your work. So by the time you hand it over to them and it comes to them making 2 or 3 moves, it ain't gonna take many. Just 2 to 3 moves, it's gonna make you lose everything you worked hard for. And that's a motherfucking fact. In 2 to 3 moves, you are going to lose every fucking thing you worked so hard for. If you let this person come in and emotionally extort your ass in exchange for your livelihood, in exchange for your energy. Don't do that shit. Don't do that. Okay, you got, yeah, so Like I said, this Merkaba, this protection, you got to up that shit. You went from 7 now to 9. You feel what I'm saying? You had to up your security when it came to you, motherfucker. They was getting real slick. Getting real slick. And that's why their spiritual connections and gifts that they have are being severed and stripped from them because they're weaponizing it. They're weaponizing their gifts against chosen ones, against God's favorites, against God protected. You feel what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. You can't fuck with any and everybody. You can't do it. You cannot just go around messing with and bullying any and everybody because you feel like that's just what I want to do today. And I woke up in the sky is blue and my name is whatever it is. And I'm going to do just what I feel like doing today. No, if that's your story and you sticking to it, by all means. But it's a hard no. 0%. That is not what you should be out here doing. Yeah. But with this particular person, they're trying to, this is extortion. This is emotional extortion. They're trying to block you in a way of trying to overpower you. Where they're going to be like, you going to stand here, you're going to deal with it, whether you want to or not. You're going to keep it flowing and going, and I'm going to keep getting all the clout and all the money off of it. So then they enslave you. And you become a slave to your own fucking life because you gave somebody else the wheel. You gave somebody else the keys to your success, the keys to your spiritual vehicle, the keys to what God gave you. You gave it to them. Yeah. All your hard work, you handed it right over to the devil. And that's how demons are able to overpower and overtake unicorns, because you allow them to come in and emotionally wage spiritual warfare on you, and you're not as strong as you think you are in that department, and you get overtaken by a sexual demon, and then you become its slave because you got to be the mind, the mastermind, the brain behind the whole shit. Because remember, they don't know what they're doing. You just giving them front position, hierarchy position. You're putting them over you just for clout and fuck's sake. And that's a no-no. That's a no-no. Because when you ain't able to make no more money because the face of your business is a motherfucking demon and everybody can see it and nobody don't want to fuck with you, you can't blame that on nobody else but yourself, because now you got to check yourself. How did it get to this? How did this person get my precision? Get my precision? I can't even talk. Position. Was it given or was it taken? Yep, that's right. I see y'all down there in the comments. Yes, honey. People will do it to you each and every time. And they get, by doing stuff like this, show you how a motherfucker really fuck with you. It show you how a person really care about you. It show you how a person really feel about you. So again, that emotional extortion, that emotional spiritual warfare will have your ass blinded by love. Will have those rose-colored glasses glued to your motherfucking face permanently. But people are so anxious to put you in a position to where you where you're put others before you or over you. That's how situations like this, slippery slopes like this, are created. Never, and I mean never, put yourself in a position to where you're giving your all unto man instead of unto the Most High. Because the man will run over you, take over you, and all kind of shit over you. You feel what I'm saying? But the Most High is going to keep you protected and guide you along the way and carry you when in your times of weakness to your destination, to your God ordained destination. These people have no destination. Their destination is their next victim. After they run off on one, they on to the next, into the next, into the next, into the next, into the next, until they meet their match. So you may be this person's match, or this person may be your match. It just depends on how you handle this person from the get-go. If you walk away from this person from the beginning, from this initial spin the block, the initial run it back, you're going to initiate the destruction of this individual. They're going to self-destruct right before your face, and justice will be served. If you cut this shit off like you're supposed to, they're going to receive justice. They can avoid it all they want to with that dumb shit, but it's going to be what it's going to be. And that's just what it's going to be. And it's going to be the coons and jigaboos. It's going to be laid the fuck down, and they're going to have to stay down. And the chosen ones is going to be up and stuck for them. They only keep trying to spin the block and come back around with this shit because of the money that's behind you, the anointings, the abundance that's behind you, the favor over your life. Irregardless to all that they have done or all that they still trying to do, you still come out in this Ten of Pentacles ass energy. But I'm hearing right now, you so close to the end, you better let that shit end and be gone. Because if you put yourself in a position, to where you have to fight your way out this shit, you're gonna be fighting for a long time. So it's best to just keep cutting this shit off at the neck. As soon as this shit come to a motherfucker head, cut that shit off. Pop that shit. Let the air out of all that shit. You gotta learn how to tell motherfucker, oh, this stops right now. This stop right here. Oh, we ain't finna go past this point right here. There ain't no go past, go and collect 200 over here, bitch. No, we're gonna stop this right now. And it's like God had warned you multiple times about this motherfucker coming in. Some of y'all took heed, some of y'all didn't. But I'm hearing for the ones that still riding the fence on this motherfucker, you do that shit if you want to. Your ass gonna be stuck for a long time. And that's the motherfucking truth. If you fuck with this broke, busted, disgusted, fake ass, wizard, warlock, wannabe ass, peaked in high school, yesteryear ass, living ass person right here, you're gonna be living just like them. You're gonna be living and moving just like they ass. Bragging about what the fuck you already done did because you can't do nothing else because you spiritually blocked and don't want to tell nobody that, or you trying to keep people from seeing that by living in your yesteryears and pumping that shit up as if it's residual or still ongoing in your current life, knowing they don't have no type of motion, knowing that they ain't got shit going unless they own somebody else's ass, stealing and trying to manipulate and eventually take a motherfucker out. That's the only way they're able to make moves in life, off the back of other people. And they'll never be able to rectify their karma that they're, because they stay creating this shit. They steady running this shit up because they turn it to the wrong shit. Instead of them dropping down, reverencing the Most High, surrendering it all, going through the spiritual death and rebirth and being reborn into who they were originally created to be. Everybody falls, but we get up. How you get up will determine if you stay up or you go back down. So that again is you on you and you alone. A lot of people have to learn how to take accountability and responsibility for your choices and decisions that you make in life, because you think it won't happen to you, or because you're ignoring it, or because you're brushing it off to the side. You're not reverencing it correctly. You're not respecting things the way they should be respected. But to your liking, this is what happens when you do your own will and not the Most High's will. Shit like this occurs and you get trapped into these never-ending fucking cycles because you refuse to confess. You refuse to repent. You refuse to put in the work to make sure that your soul makes it back home. You so busy trying to please your motherfucking flesh that you forget that this flesh is just a vessel. It's what's inside this vessel that carries the most weight, and that's the most important. That's the most potent thing. And you turn around, you weaponize it, and you use it for currency to be of this world instead of just simply living in it. You cannot continue to keep living your life like that. You cannot continue to keep blaming people when those are the facts that you keep rejecting and that you do not want to receive. You don't want to perceive it in the correct form, in the correct manner in which it's meant to be perceived and understood, because you are committing to overstanding, understanding, and misunderstanding proper, clear, and concise concepts on how to live your life righteously, because you rather feed your flesh than your soul. You would rather use your soul as currency to keep your flesh full when you will never be able to fully feed your flesh, because it will always want more. It is an unquenchable thirst, a unsatisfiable hunger. So once you understand that, you will be able to see your rights from your wrong, whether you want to or not. And then you will stop blaming other people for your karma and your judgment, because it took you so long to fully bloom in the correct capacity. See, because people were living in their own will, doing thy own will instead of the Most High's will. These are the consequences of that. Nobody wants to accept that. Nobody wants to be redeemed and wiped clean. You don't want to be redeemed by the Redeemer. You don't want to be redeemed and hold the status of being righteous, because it costs too much. That's too much energy. That's too much effort. That's too much consistency. I'd rather take it easy. It's easier to do wrong than it is to do right. When in actuality, it's a proven fact that it takes more muscle to frown than it does to smile. Remember that. Take more energy, more effort, and more muscles to frown than it does to smile. I mean, I'm just saying. But at the end of the day, for those who understand what I am saying, for those who are one under the sound of my voice, and this is resonating with you, yeah, baby, you boss dog on this motherfucker. You stood up and you showed out and you let them know what a new passionate beginning looks like when you live your life righteously. When God is your God and light, the Most High is your God and light, and He's ordering your steps, and you're doing the Most High's will. You showing them what that looked like. You showing what being free under the Most High, doing the Most High's will look like. You showing everybody what that look like. And now they hate. They hate on the outside because they can't get in, because they can't buy their way in. The only way to get in is to do right. But they're too busy trying to get in where the fuck they fit in and not having to do right to get in that way. They say this is overrated. This is too much. You're putting too much in it. It's demonic. That's why they demonize the shit, because it costs. And not only does it cost, the work, the excruciating pain, the struggle, the turbulence, the trials and the tribulations that you got to go through, all that pressure that they will be put upon, them for them to come out as the diamonds, the chosen ones that they were created to be. They can't withstand that pressure. That's too hard. That's too heavy for them. So they'd rather go and take the path of least resistance to take the easy way through life and get things on a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. To when they get to this point, over the hill, 50 and over, that's when they think about those things. But they have depleted themselves so much and in so many ways that they don't have what it takes to get the job done no more. So now they have to have spiritual holy hands touch them, renew them, revamp them, revitalize, do the work with them and work on them because they don't have within them what God put in them for them to do it on their own. And they want to make it your problem. Or they want to take it out on you. Because you make them shame. You make them feel guilty. You embarrass them by being in their presence. What they got to do with us? That's the price you got to pay for going against people like us. For living your life indifferently. For doing whatever you want to do. For being grown. For doing your own will. Not wanting to follow nobody. Not wanting to listen to nobody. Not wanting to learn, to grow and glow. To where you can walk boldly like we do. They don't want to do that. That's too much. So again, I say to those who feel like what I'm speaking on is too much, this is why you need to be isolated from us. This is why classifications are getting ready to be re-implemented. And the levels and categories is going to be very specific. And you're going to have to meet quotas. You're going to have to meet prerequisites. You're going to have to meet X, Y, and Z before you're put on a particular level. Or you're going to be considered a nomad, a rolling stone, a tumbleweed. So on any level, from any aspect, any perspective, from any perspective, you're going to have to put in that work. You're going to have to be the very big dog you claim to motherfucking be. And the only way you can do that is through action. Through knowledge, obtain the right knowledge. Research being done. Studying. Everything that comes with obtaining knowledge, you're going to have to do that. But you got to understand, these motherfuckers are the ones that 9th grade education. Some of them didn't graduate. Some of them got GEDs. Some of them got jailhouse educations. Some went to the school of hard knocks, aka the streets. Not everybody has a proper education. So with this improper educating that's taking place, it's been taking place and still taking place now. This is why we're still seeing this. So again, if we create classifications, we'll recreate classifications and levels with requirements to obtain and reach these levels, then they will be in a class on their own. And we won't have to worry about that shit because we won't be in the general vicinity of them or in general population with them. Just like when you go to the dog pound, you don't see cats in that bitch, do you? In the same way, when you go to a cat facility, do you see dogs in that bitch? No. Why? Because there's specific classification and qualifications that you must meet in order to be admitted into that facility. Correct? Same goes with what we're talking about right here, right now. And it starts by not allowing this shit, purging this shit, clearing the type of karma that will bring this type of energy into your life. This type of thinking, this type of mindset will help you activate your Merkaba protection so that your energetic aura field, your life, and everything you hold sacred unto you will be protected from being accessed by these type of energies and any harm coming towards you from this shit. So then you can truly say with your whole heart and your chest that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Some of y'all saying that ain't even got no damn protection up or around you at all. I mean, it's nice to believe it, but now it's time to achieve that. It's time to put in the work to properly activate this force field around you so it can be real. So it's all about the work that you're willing to put in to get where the fuck you're trying to go. Yes. This person tried to tempt you with this shit. They tried to tempt you out your position. They tried to tempt you up out of everything you said you was to be, you claimed to be, you stood on business about to be, all that. Mm-mm-mm. And ended up getting walked away from. The very thing that they was trying to prevent by spinning the block doing this shit again is the very fucking thing that happened. This person really thought, when you guys are asking what you are, pertaining to my other friend who asked this earlier, if you guys want to get deep into who you are, you must get a birth chart reading. Once you guys are obtaining these birth chart readings, we can go over them in a particular birth chart reading. We can set that up and we can go over your birth chart and we can explain and get deeper into it that way. But again, in order for me to answer those type of questions, I would have to be a psychic. I'm not a psychic. I'm not a psychic, so I can't answer that without having a birth chart so that we can see and I can give you clear and concise messages. Okay. So again, I'm looking into obtaining a service or a partnership with a birth chart reading service so that I can pin that in my description so you guys can have that as well, so that you guys can get these birth chart readings and answer these questions, or contact me after you have obtained this birth chart reading and we can go over it together and we can go in depth as much as you would like. Okay. So until then, just do a little research, go on Google and find a free birth chart reading service and get that birth chart reading. And then you can come back to me if need be and we can get into it. Okay. All right. So we getting ready to close out this message because I done been up here 2 hours and 27 minutes. My food done damn got cold. All that. Baby, I done seen the moon smile. The moon has spoken unto me. I've had many encounters with the moon. I am a moon child. But within respect to that, there's certain mathematical numbers that will be within your birth chart that will help you understand your connection with the moon. I have been standing directly beside someone and looked up at the moon and seen the man in the moon, seen the face in the moon, where they got that man in the moon type shit from. The moon has spoken unto me. I was at a train station when it happened. And I'm sitting here saying, do y'all see that? Do y'all see that? And they looking at me like, yeah, we seen that. We seen that. We seen that. And they did not see what I saw. And how I knew that was when we got back home from the train station, from the relatives that we were picking up, I overheard them talking about me in that encounter. And that's when I knew my family didn't believe in my spiritual gifts, because they're walking by sight and not by faith. And that's why they were not able to see what I saw. And that's when I stopped sharing spiritual events with people, whether they occurred in front of people or not. I would just keep it to myself. It was nothing bad that happened per se. It just, that's when my spiritual gifts became present unto me. I started realizing who I was, because again, my family deprived me of that purposefully. They held back from me information I needed to know about who I was and why I had these gifts. So as I matured and growed up in life, I researched this information on my own and found out on my own who I was. But again, it comes with a lot of research and mentorship as well. And I will eventually offer mentorship in this as I grow as well. I think I'll do it once I finish with my doctorate, because like I said earlier, I'm wrapping up my thesis for my master's. And then once I finish with my doctorate, I feel like I will have the confidence to become a coach, a mentor, a teacher, host class, and things of that nature. So I'm leveling up with you guys as well, to be able to provide these services on the level in which you guys are seeking, if that makes sense. But as far as where I am at right now with the skills that I'm acclimated with, I can go into depth with you with this in a reading if you want to book a reading with me, okay? um I believe in spiritual gifts because, again, like I said, I have them. I'm not walking around here like Harry Potter and just, you know what I'm saying, whipping shit out and, flexing my spiritual gifts onto others. That's how you put yourself in a situation to be spiritually stripped of your gifts, when you are being brazen and boastful and egotistical in those things. So to me, because I have those same gifts, I've had those same experiences, I've done those same things, witnesses or not, I know what happened. I never doubt myself when I have spiritual encounters. And I don't, put myself in a situation to try to prove it or make someone else believe to me what happened. Because, again, some people are committed to purposely misunderstanding you, and some people just don't have the intellect to comprehend, to understand what you're saying. But I do. I understand what you're saying, and I totally believe in you. But in order to go deep in to the level that you're seeking, I would just suggest booking a reading with me, or you can jump on one of the memberships that I have, and hopefully with whatever tier that you choose, we will get to the nitty gritty within that. But like I said, those levels will only receive certain levels of spiritual knowledge. So if you find the one that's on the level of knowledge in which you're trying to obtain, become a member of that tier, and we're going to get into it, okay? All right, so this is the last card we got here. And this card here is representing the Ten of Swords. And with this Ten of Swords here, this is everything that this person has done. It has came back on them. I'm getting Siberian tiger energy. One of the big cats, from the mega cat family, the large cat family, giant cat family. That's how this person was, larger than life. They moved around like a cat. If you're familiar with cats, you know how cats' mannerisms are. And with each level comes different levels of intimidation, fear, or whatever. You have people who have the old lady in the shoe, have 10,000 cats in the house. And then you see people that lives in the house with lions, tigers, and bears, and black panthers, cheetahs, and all that shit. You see what I'm saying? It's just different levels to the shit. But this person was on that big cat energy, Siberian, bigger than life, strong swimmer type energy. And it's like the waters that this person got in when it came to fucking with you were so turbulent, it eradicated them. It took them out. They took their own selves out fucking with you. And I mean, yeah, that's all I got. That's what I heard. That's it. That's all. This person took themselves out trying to take you out. And now they sit in bed looking like, damn, what happened? What this? What that? Nah. Don't allow somebody's realization of the reality, whether false or real, that they have created for themselves to be your problem. You feel what I'm saying? You didn't make that when it was an issue for you, when you're trying to figure yourself out. You didn't make it everybody else's problem. At least to the best of your ability, the best you can help yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I say don't allow nobody else to do it to you, because that's exactly what this person's trying to do. They've been caught red-handed spiritually, some of them, and so physically, and they're paying the consequences for the shit. You're receiving justice, and their justice is their judgment. I'm sorry, your justice in this situation is this person's judgment and the karma that they're going to receive from doing this to you. And it's like God is getting his lick back on this person through you for every person who fell before you. It's like you getting everybody else lick back that couldn't get their lick back from this person. God's wrath is going to satisfy everybody. This person's demise is going to be satisfactory for the pain and the drama and the trauma that this person has inflicted upon the community. As I'm getting strongly, this person is not going to recoup or recover because they won't change their mind. They have let their mind be consumed by the demons and the entities that they have been conjuring up, that have been empowering their ass, and you know what I'm saying, getting them through all this shit. And now that those very entities have turned on him and now are consuming him from the inside out, this person is just on some, well, I might as well go out with a bang type shit, and just doing it and doing it and doing it terribly. Don't even care how they look and how they're being perceived with this downfall. They just, what I'm saying, don't give a fuck. Because in their eyes, they're like a drowning tiger in the middle of the motherfucking sea. The life of Pi. Remember when his family was moving the zoo from India to America or wherever the fuck they was going, ship crashed, everybody died except for him and the damn tiger? Yeah, you made it. The tiger made it. It's like y'all both made it through this turbulent time together. You feel what I'm saying? And when the tiger made it to the island with the little boy, he left the motherfucker. Even though that little boy made sure that both of them survived. He made sure he survived. He made sure the tiger survived. That tiger still left him at the end of the day when they reached land. He didn't even look back, say goodbye, nothing. So again, his charm was to charm motherfuckers into believing what they seen in themselves, they seen it in him. So they were reaching for potential that this motherfucker didn't even have, because of the glamour spell was allowing people to see a reflection of themselves in this person's eyes. That's why I am very cautious of how I look people in the eyes. And you see me wearing shades a lot because I don't want motherfuckers looking at me in my eyes because motherfuckers ain't right. And until my environment changes to where I feel safe around motherfuckers and feel safe with having eye contact with certain people, you gonna see me with shades on. You see me with shades on right now because this light, this light be so bright sometimes it gives me a fucking headache. So I'll put on shades sometimes while I'm doing my readings because my eyes are sensitive to being under this light for such a long time. But you see what I'm saying. You see the analogy I'm trying to make here. But back to my life of Pi analogy. Don't fall for this person bullshit. Don't look this person in the motherfucking eye. Because they're going to try to snatch your soul through that gaze, that stare, that smoldering energy that they have to consume you and pull you in just so they can stare you down in your eyes and tell you lies or speak spells over you. And you know what I'm saying? Try to use just the word, man. They want to suck you in emotionally to the point where their words will put you in a trance. They want to have you under a trance when it comes to them so that you will allow them to continue to do what they've been doing. But again, your cutoff game is what's causing this karma to come back quicker than this person expected. So these are the messages that I have for you all today, my darlings, my loves. And until next time, my darlings, peace.